Should you be writing a blog? What's even the point?
I was going to be like, probably.
Probably is the correct answer, though. Welcome to Role Model Business, a podcast to help you grow your business, especially in the martial arts world. I'm AJ Klingerman, a Brazilian Jiu Jitsu black belt, obsessed with helping you build your business and your community.
And I'm Jennifer Risser, also a Brazilian Jiu Jitsu black belt, here to learn right along with you. And this week we're blogging or not blogging.
To blog or not to blog? That is the question.
Well, I attended your workshop like a week ago and I thought we were supposed to. So.
Good point.
It's very confusing.
Yes, I do think that you should be writing a blog. But there are a few different reasons to have a blog. One is answering questions that people might have, right? If you listen to last week's episode on reframing, we had you make a list of either trash that other people talk or, reasons people might not get started at your gym, or get started doing jiu-jitsu, doing business with you. So we had you kind of make that list out, and that could be where you start for your blogs, right? You can answer the questions like, do I need to lose weight before I start training? Do I need to be in shape before I start training? What does a typical class look like? Any of those questions that people might ask you on the phone. And every time somebody asks a question, write it down, turn it into a blog post.
That's a great idea.
Thank you.
Just a blog post or many things?
Many things, but we'll get to that.
Okay. Where's your blog located?
So your blog should be located on your website. Now, there's other places you can put it, like you could have a Substack. Please subscribe to ours. But, so you can have other places that you blog, but you should have the blog on the website because people are looking around on your website. They want to get a feel for who you are. So switching to the other side of it, I don't think a lot of people read your blog, and I'm sorry to tell you that. Sometimes it feels like it's a lot of work for no one actually reading it. There are going to be a few people that do, and that's going to make a big difference for them. But the real quote unquote person that we're writing blogs for most of the time is Google. So Google or whatever search engines, they send out their little spiders and they want to see new content on your website on a regular basis. They want to know that it's fresh. And you're going to be adding keywords and such. So we're going to talk just a little bit about the SEO of the blog, but that's search engine optimization if you're not familiar with that. But you want the search engines to find you. Also, now AI answers are really big, right? When you first Google something, it's the AI result that is coming up before all of the websites. And a lot of people are reading those and not even clicking on a website. So having blogs that are fresh and current and giving great information about your gym will get picked up by the AI bots and put in that spot. So if they don't ever get to your website, they at least read good information about your gym.
Yeah, very smart. Also, that AI is frequently not right. Yeah. We should stop using it as a population. But as long as it's happening, we got to play within the system.
Yeah, and you can stop using it from like you reading it or all of that, but people are still doing it. So we want to try to optimize for the people that are still using it.
As a consumer, we can stop.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So talking a little bit about the SEO type stuff of it. One, your title should have keywords in it. If people are looking for jiu-jitsu in South Carolina, that should be in your title. It should also be the first sentence and the last sentence of the blog. Okay, so whatever your title is also the first sentence and the last sentence. So think about that when you're writing it, so it's not weird. Okay. Other things that help with SEO are like headline sizes. So you're going to want to break your blog up in different sections with headlines. Those headlines are part of what the little Google spiders pick up. And so that will help with your search engine optimization.
What else should we be thinking about?
I think that you should be saying your gym's name, your city, those kinds of things in your blogs as well, like repeatedly, because we're trying to get that picked up, right? We want to show up at the top of these search engines. And so having your name in there frequently is going to help. Still, you need to make it readable.
Man, that's a lot of things.
Yeah. It can be really hard to make sure you're hitting the keywords and the search engine optimization, but still make sure it's something that people would want to read.
Okay, so our Coach Ray Casillas, he has started writing a blog that's very like journal entry-ish. Mm-hmm. I really like it. It's really, you can tell he's really spent time thinking about it and put a lot of heart and soul into it. That's not what we're trying to do. Or we're trying to do that, but in a more SEO optimized type way. I know that I said optimized twice because it's in the acronym, but you get it.
Yes. Yeah. It can go either way. You can choose one path or the other, right? You could choose to be more journal entry type blogs if you think what you are saying is something that people are going to be reading and consuming. If you think that most people are not reading blogs, then you might lean heavier on the SEO. I think having a good combo of both is really the best plan.
Okay. Also, are you including like photos?
Yeah, if you can include photos, absolutely do.
Okay, so at the beginning we were talking a little bit about repurposing, and you said, just wait, there's more.
Yes.
Is this the time?
Yeah, this is a great time. So you could take this blog post and make it into a video and put that on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, whatever, depending. You could also use some of it in an email, right? We're sending out weekly emails because we do the Marketer's Trio. You could send it as one of the articles in your newsletter. If you're writing blogs on a frequent basis, then you're probably not using every single one of those in the newsletter, but one of them that really sticks out would be great. You could take quotes from it and put it on your social media, basically make memes out of it.
Okay, so we're repurposing our content. How are we like staggering content? How are we not making people sick of our message?
Well,
or will they be?
Maybe somebody is, right? Potentially somebody is sick of it. That's a really great question. I really like that thought process, right? Of like, are we making them sick of what we're saying? Are they tired of hearing from us? But the reality is most people aren't seeing your stuff. So if I can get it out there in different ways, right? I don't want it to be the same exact sentence on every single thing. I want to change it up based on that media form, right? But I'm also trying to direct them towards other things. So for example, in our Substack this week, I wrote, someone's trash talk is someone else's treasure marketing, something like that. And I said, if you want to hear more about this, check out our podcast, right? So I took the podcast content and I turned it into basically a blog post. It is, an article, however you look at that, but I changed it into that. And then I redirected them back to the podcast. And we could do that in other forms too, right? I can send some of that information in an email and say, want to learn more about it? Check out the Substack or listen to the podcast. I just think most people are taking in one or two forms of media, right? And we want to direct them towards the other things because oftentimes they're not seeing it. We've talked about Facebook before. Your business Facebook page is getting 1% to 2% visibility. So if you actually catch somebody on Facebook, did you also catch them on Instagram? I don't know.
That makes sense. And I guess I was trying to balance, which I think you answered this question, but I was trying to balance sort of, you have this, I don't want to call it a pet peeve, but you have this sort of like very strong opinion that we should not be posting identical things on like 6 different social media accounts. Why am I going to follow you on all of them if you're posting the same exact video again and again and again without staggering it or remixing it in some way? So it sounds like you're saying it's all the same like umbrella topic, but perhaps we're repurposing and remixing it, not just copy and pasting it.
Yeah. And I really like the saying of most of the time, I'm going to butcher this, but it's that oftentimes we don't need to learn something new. We need to be reminded. Mm. And so they might have taken it in, maybe they're listening to the podcast and they're doing laundry or dishes or whatever. And then later they're on, their computer scrolling. They get the email that the new Substack is up. And so they're reading the news or the article there. And then they're like, oh yeah, I had forgotten about this part, So I think that if they can consume it in several different forms, it might actually sink in, particularly from this like business podcast, right? And you start implementing things because we're telling you over and over. Same kind of concept with your gym. They might see your YouTube video and be like, oh, that'd be cool. I should, check that out. And then they forget about it. And then, they see an article or they see a post or, you just have to keep getting in front of them.
I think that makes a lot of sense. I feel like something that we continue to learn is that you just have to say it again and again and again, way more times than you ever think. I can't even articulate how many times we hear someone say, I didn't know you were doing that, or I didn't know that was happening, or I didn't know about that. It's like, Oh my goodness, we've emailed and talked about it in class and posted it on Facebook and put it in the Discord and,
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that makes sense to just tell them everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, we hear it a lot with camp. If people have come before, they're like, no, you do such a good job at communicating with us. We see your Facebook posts, we see your Instagram, we get your emails. But new people, they're not really paying attention yet, right? So they're like, oh, I really wish I would have known this is happening. And I'm like, I don't know how else to tell you, right? So, but you have to tell them so many more times than you think.
And what's your thing? You've told us this, I'm sure, in the podcast, but also in your workshop, I think the other day, or was it the one before, where you talked about how many times you have to get in front of someone. It's like, it used to be 7, but now it's like 17 million. I don't remember. I can't remember what the number is.
Yeah. People still know the rule of 7, right? Like it had great marketing apparently. But it's from the 1930s. That doesn't work anymore. And now it's between like 60 and 80 times that you have to get in front of somebody before they start paying attention.
Yeah, so kind of that's tangentially related, but I think it's a good reminder to us and to everyone. You really have to say it way more times than you think you should.
Yeah, and something we may have mentioned on a previous podcast, but something I really want to talk about, and maybe we'll do a whole podcast on this coming up, but sometimes we get bored with it, right? Like, I've got to tell them again. But it might be your 1000th time, but it's somebody else's first. And that goes in with like teaching classes, anything like that. You get bored with it because you've done it over and over, but it might be someone else's first time they're discovering you.
Absolutely.
So keep that in mind.
Treat it like your first.
That's right.
All right. Anything else to say about blogs?
I don't think so.
Do them.
Make it happen.
What's our content corner for this week?
Okay, so this one is like going around kind of viral right now, and it is 5 things that are worth the money. So you could do this like specifically from your gym, right? A gym membership, right? A jiu-jitsu gym membership. You could say upgrading to judo so that you know how to do takedowns, a nice gi, a great rash guard, protein powder, creatine, like whatever it is, but like 5 things that are worth the money and you're promoting your things. You
can also use it to upsell private lessons.
Yes, I love that.
Private lessons before competition or something like that,
Yeah. And you could say competitions, like talk about what they can learn from a competition. But anyway, so you could do several videos on this, I think, but 5 things that are worth the money.
I really like that. That's really fun.
Yeah.
All right, call to action.
Subscribe to our Substack. There's a new article on there.
All right.
But yeah, so subscribe to the Substack. It's free. The benefit of Substack is that you don't have to go to the website once I post an article. I'm pretty sure it comes up just in your email. So that's really nice. You don't have to leave your email. You can just read it there.
That's true. It does do that.
Yeah. So that's it.
All right. Well, I think this week we know what we always say.
We do, because we're back in our home office. If you build it,
learn how to market it,
get referrals,
follow up on prospects,
offer a great product,
and grow a community,
they will come. Now get out there and get it done. We believe in you.